My name is Evelyn. I am 68 years old. I am a single mother. My husband passed away many years ago when my son was still very small. From that day, my life changed forever. I became both mother and father to my child. I had no one else in this world but him. When my husband passed away, I was very afraid. I did not know how I would raise a child alone. But when I looked at my son's small face, sleeping beside me, I felt strength in my heart. I promised myself, I will protect him. I will never let him feel alone. I worked very hard. I cooked simple food. I washed clothes with my hands. Sometimes I cleaned other people's houses. Many nights I went to bed tired and hungry, but I always made sure my son ate first. When he smiled, my pain became lighter. When my son was small, he often fell while learning to walk. Each time he cried and reached for me, I held his hands and said, "Don't be afraid. I am here." When he was sick, I stayed awake all night, touching his forehead and praying he would be fine. Slowly, year by year, he grew up. My hair turned gray. My body became weak. But my love never became weak. When my son became a man, he worked in the fields. Every evening, I waited for the sound of his footsteps. I cooked his food and cleaned the house. When he came home tired, I felt happy just seeing him safe. I did not want money. I did not want comfort. My son was enough. One day, my son came to me and said, "Mother, I want to get married." I smiled at him. "If this makes you happy," I said, "then I am happy too." Fear lived inside my heart, but I did not show it. I knew my life would change again. When his wife came to live in our house, I welcomed her kindly. She was young and beautiful. I said, "This is your home now." I tried to help her in the kitchen and showed her where things were kept. But after a few days, I felt something was wrong. She spoke to me with short words. She avoided my eyes. When I tried to help her cook, she said, "I know what to do." When I spoke, she became angry. So I slowly stopped speaking. I told myself, she is young. She needs time. One evening, my son came home very late from the fields. His clothes were dusty. His face looked tired. He sat down and said, "Wife, I am tired. Please bring me some water." There was no answer. After some time, he called again. "Wife, I am hungry. Where is my dinner?" Still, there was no answer. I was in the next room. Our house was small, and the walls were thin. I heard my son stand up. His voice became louder. "Why don't you answer me?" he asked. Then I heard her cry. "It's your mother," she said. "She hates me. She keeps shouting at me. She calls me lazy and stupid. She says, 'Why did my son marry a girl like you?'" My hands began to shake. Those words were not true, but I stayed silent. My son said, "Please," his voice soft. "She is old. Try to live peacefully with her." She answered angrily, "There is no dinner. I could not cook. That old woman keeps telling me what to do. Everything I do is wrong." My son sighed. "She is my mother," he said. "This is her house too." Then she said coldly, "You must choose. Either live with me or live with her, not both." That night, my son went to bed hungry. I lay awake on my mat, staring at the ceiling. My heart felt heavy. I prayed quietly. Please guide my son. Please don't let him choose wrongly. The next morning, I heard her again. Have you decided? She asked him. Do you want me or your mother? Then she said words I will never forget. Push your mother off the hill. She is old. She will die soon anyway. I am young. We can live happily. That day, my son did not speak much. He did not eat. He did not look at me. For the first time in my life, I felt afraid of my own child. That night, he came to me and said quietly, Mother, we are going on a journey tomorrow. I looked into his eyes. I understood everything. My heart broke, but my face stayed calm. I nodded and said, All right, my son. The next morning, he lifted me onto his back. The path to the hill was rocky. The air was cool. I did not ask any questions. As we climbed higher, his breathing became heavy and his steps became slow. I looked around and thought about my life. I remembered feeding him with my own hands. I remembered holding him when he cried. I remembered protecting him from the world. I thought, if my life ends today, I have no regret. When we reached the top of the hill, I spoke softly. My son, I said, I know why you brought me here. He stopped walking. When you push me, I said gently, please be careful. Hold the tree branch so you don't fall. He turned and looked at me. Tears filled his eyes. You know? He asked. I smiled sadly. Yes, I said. A mother always knows. He slowly put me down. He covered his face and cried. I was going to kill you, he said, and you are still worried about me. I touched his hand. My child, I said, a mother's love never ends. After a long silence, he lifted me again, but this time he walked down the hill. When we reached home, he sent his wife away. I did not stop him. I did not speak badly about her. I only thanked God quietly. Now my son and I live peacefully. I cook for him. He takes care of me. Our house is quiet again. A mother's love asks for nothing. A mother's love never dies. Never forget the one who gave you everything.